Yo, what up, everybody? How you guys doing? So we're gonna talk about the Sig P365. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sig. Let's talk about Sig. You guys, do you guys think the P365 is safe? You guys think it's safe to carry? Mm, yeah, Sig. Good old Sig. Yeah, P365. What are your thoughts? Type down below. Let's see. Let's see what do you guys think? What do you guys feel? Do you guys think this one is still safe? Mm. Did you guys see that Sig executive? That was pretty interesting, right? Sig executive pulling out a Glock 45. Wow, huh? That was pretty interesting. What do you guys think? Do you guys still rock with the P365? You guys think it's safe after everything that's been going on with Sig? You know, let me show these. Look at these mags. So these little speckles are supposed to be rust, right? Maybe so. Maybe so. Look at that. But the metal is still good. I've seen rusted metal before to where it was just weak as shit. There is a little bit of speckles on that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hide it. But what do you guys think about Sig? Especially what do you guys think about the P365? Given everything that's going on, how do you guys feel about the Sig executive pulling out his everyday carry, which was a Glock 45? Pretty interesting, huh? Type down below. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about the P365? Do you guys think it's reliable? Do you guys still carry it? Shit. Who's carrying one right now? Who owns a P365? What are your guys' thoughts on the P365? Type down below. Type down below. I'd like to hear everybody else's thoughts on the P365. Let's take a look at those mags once again. Look at these mags. Come on, Sig. Come on, Sig. That's better right there. Why'd that happen? And that's just on the finish too. Look at on camera. Looks like crap. It really does. Look at that. It's all right though. What do you get? What do you guys think that is? The metal's not rusted, that's for sure. You can hit it with a hammer. I can throw it all around. It's not gonna crack, break. But what do you think that is, though? Mmm. Crazy, huh? People say this is it's rusted all the way through, but that's actually just the finish, though. But that's just full transparency. What do you guys think? What do you guys feel about that? Do you guys still rock with the P365? What do you guys think about that? About these little speckles that's on there? Have you guys seen that before? You guys own the 365? Type down below in the chat. Let me see. I want to see if there's any other 365 owners out there who may have experienced this. You guys still rocking with the 365? Based on everything that's going on with Sig? Interesting, huh? I think I got lucky on these ones here because, I've tested these ones here. I've banged this one. You know, I banged this one with the mallet. I've hit it with a 15-pound weight, and fortunately, it hasn't gone off. So I'm gonna still keep running, you know, a few more little tests, you know, where I just keep banging and banging and banging, and we're gonna see where that gets me. I really hope and pray that that doesn't go off, you know. And look, that's gonna be what we're gonna keep testing this with. I got a few other of these, but just to show everybody, you know, that's we removed the, you know, removed the top, and we left the primer in there, so it's ready. You know, if a firing pin hits that, it's gonna go off. So got a couple of these ready to go, and I'm gonna keep banging these to shit because you know, I wondering if, you know, some of the vibration may cause and just may, who knows. But that's gonna be what I'm gonna use to keep running our tests. But I like to know who else is confident with the P365. Who else would rock the P365? Is anybody else experiencing any of these little speckles on their P365? Look at that. The only one that it's not on the new 21 rounder. Eric Ramirez, I care and I love it. Hey, I love mine too, but shit, man, Sig is getting thrown in the mud right now, man. You know, maybe you know, there are times where I may feel like, you know, just a slight buyer's remorse, but you know, I do love mine. These things they're very, very comfortable to carry, very slim. Heck, sometimes I even forget that they're there. That's how small they are. You know, I have I have the XL and the X, and they both serve their purposes, and I both love them. Do you have Eric? Have you seen any of these on your magazines? Has anybody else seen any of that? You know, I remember a while back, GHG Hustle had that on his P365 macro, and he freaked out and he got rid of his. There's other people who got rid of those, you know, when they've seen that on their mags. Not me though, because I know that, you know, there's nothing wrong with the metal itself. Says that's true. Eric Ramirez says that's true, but at the end of the day, you gotta go off your personal experience and let the media stuff go. I train hard with it and I love it. Not my magazines are still in good shape. Yeah, no. See, that's what's you know, that's what's important with any firearm you have is training. You know, you're not gonna get good if you don't train. Plain and simple. And it's very important that you get out there and train, and especially you train with something that you're carrying every day. It's very important. Just get them rounds out there. But man, oh man, what are we gonna do about Sig, man? What are we going to do about Sig? Pig Paul, love my Wilson Combat 365. Hello from Vegas. How you doing, Pig Paul? Thanks for stopping in. What do you think about the P365? Have you experienced any of these little speckles of some people call that rust? I'm not gonna call it rust. I won't call that rust, cause I know what rust is, and that's something that I feel that's on the finish. Have you seen any of that on your P365? Tongue twister there. The Hollow Sun is, which Hollow Sun is that? This is the 507K. I've always been an irons guy, but I've been looking to get into some red dot training, maybe even carry with one. Hey, Nikki Hymas, how you doing? So, I was all iron sights before. Stay strapped, hell yeah. That's right, Pig Paul. But yeah, I was all iron sights before, and to be honest, I wasn't the best shot with iron sights. And I've always heard that, you know, red dots, green dots, or whatever. It's almost like kind of like a cheat code because it just makes your shot so much more accurate, and it's true. It really is true that, you put an optic on there or you put, some kind of red dot, it's going to make for a better shooting experience and for a more accurate shooting experience. So anybody ever looking, for, some kind of red dot or optic, I highly recommend it to anybody. It just makes for a more accurate, better shooting experience. Rafat Shamir, hey, how you doing, buddy? What do you think about the P365, Rafat Shamir? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think the Sig Sauer brand is still reliable based on all the controversy that's going on right now? Do you think the P365 is still reliable? So is that the above one mine? They're both yours, honey. They're both yours. Everything that I own is yours. Yeah, it's pitying. I had a little one on mine, the COPs, and I never used mags. This, I had to pull mine out of the. I kept coming towards me. Pig Paul. All right, Pig Paul. So, Shake Awake 365. Yeah, that's how all these even the Hollow Sun and this is the Romeo Elite. They're all shake awakes. Like if I leave them, unattended, and if I go take a look at them through the sides, I see that they're off. As soon as any movement, they turn right on. So they are shake awakes, and they're pretty reliable. Oh, okay, I get it. So it looks like Pig Paul had to draw his weapon. Oh man, I really hope that you didn't have to use it on anybody, because that would be, oh man, that'd be bad. That'd be bad for the other person. And lawfully armed, yeah, they're shake awakes. That's how the Hollow Suns and even these Sig Romeo Elites are. And I think they're good because that helps save battery life. Says I meant the pistol, not the dot. Shake Awake P365. Oh, all right. I think I get it. I think I get the joke. Shake Awake. All right. No. See, the thing is, these aren't like the 320s right here. You can beat these to shit right here, and they won't go off on you. Maybe not yet. Maybe there's still, there's still a little bit of testing, but for the most part, these won't go off on you as of yet. I haven't heard anything about the new Sig since the P320 controversy, bro. Did I miss anything? Dude, you got Sig Executive just dropped an interview yesterday. You gotta check it out, man. Oh man, it was some interview, cause during the interview, that CEO from Sig pulled out his own personal carry, and guess what it was? It was a Glock 45. Yeah, right. A Sig executive carrying a Glock 45. So that was one of them. On top of other ones. So yeah, if you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I really wish that they wouldn't, I thought it was pretty funny how they try to say that keys in the holster, and I don't know if anybody's seen that video, but keys in the holster, Come on, man. Come on, Sig. You gotta do better than that, Sig. You gotta do better than that, man. Oh man, yeah. So if you haven't checked out that video, you gotta check out that video because it is, oh man, it's something else, man. Yeah, Jimmy, that's what we're talking about right now, man. Oh man, it's funny, man. What did you think about the keys in the holster? That is fucking bullshit right there. That is so much bullshit. Oh man, I really wish that they would have just said, "Hey, we fucked up. We fucked up, and this is how we're gonna fix it." But no, man, they didn't. They did not own up to their fuck ups. They kept saying that whatever test that they did, they couldn't find a discharge. So the blowback on them is gonna be very, very funny. Sig keeps shooting themselves in the foot. Man, that's exactly what they keep doing. Oh man, it really. Oh man, and I'm a fan of Sig too, but just to see some shit like that, yeah, that was a little disappointing, man. So I'm all for accountability, you know, but fuck, man, they really let me down on that. I was laughing my ass off when I seen that little argument about the keys going into the holster bullshit. Nah, 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 nah. And then not to mention that Sig executive pulls out his own everyday carry, which is the fucking competitor's gun, the Glock 45. Like, come on, man. What kind of shit is that? He should have pulled out a 320. Like, look, man, this is what I carry, and my balls are still here. But yeah, just like Jimmy is saying, Sig just keeps shooting themselves in the foot. And it's unfortunate. It really is. It really is unfortunate, man. Because I like my Sigs, man. I really do. I really think they are very reliable. Well, the 365 for the most part, but oh man, it's just disappointing. I got a bunch of 6-hour stickers and shit like that. Now I feel like I got, maybe got to take a couple of them off now, because when people come, they're gonna start laughing at me like 6 hour, ha ha ha. Hope you don't shoot yourself. So that's just a running joke right now, if you're a 6-hour fan. Oh man, so good old 6 hour. But hey, Eric Ramirez is he's part of the crew, so yeah, big ups to you, Eric Ramirez. Hell yeah. These are also my everyday carries. My everyday carries are the P365X and XL. They're basically the same. This is what I wear when tight fit clothing, and these I can wear with jeans. And so my everyday carries are the P365 and Glock 19, because Glock 19 is king for that price range. So, oh man. It says, Amy, I asked what gun would you like to have that you desire? Are the pistol cleaned? Hey, may I ask? These are pretty clean. Try to keep them as clean as I can. But the pistol's clean. What do you mean by the pistol's clean, Big Paul? Like, have I ever had to take somebody down clean, or I don't know. I don't get the question. Or clean, like they're not hot or anything. These are like fucking, purchased from Academy, background checks and all. So, dirty, like you know, from the range and shit like that, yeah, that they are pretty dirty from the range, and you know, from shooting a lot of that fucking steel case and aluminum case ammo that I get for fucking dirt cheap. So that's yeah, they're pretty dirty from the fucking ammo, and I hate the fact that they're pretty high maintenance. You know, I'm finding out that this XL is pretty high maintenance when it comes to cleaning, because whenever I try to put this one in there, which is the 21 rounder, and it's not completely clean, like, you know, the feed ramp and, you know, and sorts, then this one will be a little bit finicky. So to your question, it can be a little bit dirty. It can be a little bit dirty. But who else? I like to know who else is a P365 owner, and what do you guys feel? Do you guys feel it's still reliable? Would you guys still carry this? Heck, do any of you, you know, carry the 365? You know, I know I got Eric Ramirez here. Who else? Who else is in, you know, in here showing Sig some love? Who here is still rocking with the P365? I'd like to know. What you guys think? Type down below who's still confident in the P365. What you guys think? P365. Christopher Bell says it's junk. Oh, damn. That's okay. Look at, for the price, these, you know, Sig Sauer is considered a budget pistol. So, you know, yeah, you can say it's junk, Christopher Bell. You know, there's no offense taken on that. You may be right, because, you know, these are budget pistols. Sig MIM parts are not trustworthy. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking Sig. Fucking Sig. And then you find out a lot of their parts are made in India. Chris Stowe says, isn't the P365 with a manual safety fine? Isn't the P320 with the issues? Yeah, Chris Stowe, the P320 is, you know, it does have the issues, and these two both come with external safeties. I happen to just pop mine off because I felt that, you know, they were just in the way for me, but at any point I can just pop them right on. But yeah, to your question, Crystal, these both do come with a external safety on them. Christopher Bell says, I had the 365 when it came out. It was revolutionary for sure. Yeah, it was, you know. First came out, it was that, you know, 12 round or 10 round, you know, mag, and it was just so small. Jay Hoven says, I carry it, but I have the safety version. My other P365 without the safety is for the range only. Hell yeah. Love it, Jimmy. That's dope. Yeah, you know, I just happen to pop mine off on both of them. But like I was saying before, I can, you know, I can turn them, I can put them back on at any time. I just feel for me, you know, it's more comfortable without it. Jimmy S says, I wouldn't buy a Sig unless it's a German-made Sig. Yeah, hell yeah. Shit, right now it seems like, you know, all the other places are making better shit than us. Wouldn't buy a Sig unless it's, oh yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'd carry a 6-pack of Rolling Rock. Oh shit. Glocks. Oh yeah, of course. You know, Glocks are our generation's 1911. So, you know, Glock is reliable as shit. I don't think anybody gonna be talking anything bad about Glock anytime soon. I think for the time being, all the shit that's gonna be talked about is gonna be talked about Sig. Good old motherfucking Sig, man. What do you guys think about the keys getting caught up in the holster? What do you guys think about that? You guys think that's some bullshit? I think so. Fucking Sig, man. I really wish they would have just fucking. Ah, man. Fucking Sig. What do you what are you carrying, Christopher Bell? If you guys ain't carrying the P365, tag down below. What are you guys carrying? What are you guys confident in carrying? If you guys aren't carrying the P365, Christopher Bell, the Glock 19. Hell yeah! I also got a 19. I love it. It is sweet. It is sweet. For anybody out there who doesn't own a Glock 19, I suggest you go get you one because they are very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. I want a 48. Yeah, 48s are cool, man. I got a 43X, and I like it. I like it because it's so small, so tiny, and very, very concealable. And it's super light too, so I forget it's there. Whenever I'm carrying my little 43X, it is so light. Glock 30. Jimmy says I want a 19C or a 17C. Hey Jimmy, I got something coming on Thursday that's better than the 19C and the 17C. It's actually the 45C. So I got that coming on Thursday. Glock's already shipped it out to me, so I'm gonna fucking show that. Is it an 18C? I wish it was an 18C, man. That'd be so fucking dope, man. But no, man, it's a little custom. It's a regular 45 MOS, and I got the C comp cut to it. So it's gonna look exactly like the 19C or the 17C, but it's gonna be in a 45, in the Glock 45 9mm. So it's gonna be super, super sweet. I can't wait to take that out to the range, man. It's gonna be super, super smooth because I haven't fucking shot my 45 I haven't shot it in a few weeks, so I usually try to shoot it fucking all the time. Especially for these little modifications I done to it. It's gonna be sweet. But yeah, to your point, Jimmy, 19C or the 17C is fucking dope. It is fucking dope. That's why I did that's why I sent in my 45, cause yeah, man, I remember I shot a 19C one time like a few years ago, and oh man, I really didn't know what it was until I started seeing a bunch of fucking videos about it, and I'm like, hey, I remember that gun. I'm so happy the Glock store fucking, figured that whole little deal out. So it's gonna be sweet. But what's up, everybody? What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think about the P365, man? What do you guys think about fucking, that interview the other day with that Glock executive, man? The P365 pushed other companies to come out with similar guns like the 43X or the Hellcat. True. It is very true, Christopher. In fact, I went to the gun store the other day and I seen this new little, this small little HK compact. That thing was super, super sweet. It was almost the same size as this one right here. It was a 12 round, super thin, super compact. Man, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it really did, man. 43X, Hellcat, also great options. But yeah, just like you're saying, push companies to come out and fucking innovate. Really did, and just wished it was a little bit better the way that whole Sig situation turned out. I really wish it was. But what I do know is that I popped a lot of rounds out through this here. And I've also kind of beat it up a little bit. You know, I did my own little Texas testing where I beat it with the 15-pound weight. I beat it all up, hit it from the side, hit it in the back, and I also hit it with the mallet a bunch of times, just to see, you know, just to see if it'll go off. And I was pretty happy with the results because it did not go off. It didn't. So I'm pretty happy with that. And that's why I can say that, you know, I confidently carry this thing. And I'm willing, you know, I'm willing to keep doing more extreme tests to this guy right here. I need some more ideas. What do you guys think? What else should I hit this thing with to where do you guys think it may go off? Give me some ideas. So far, I've already hit it with a 15-pound weight. I've already hit it with a big rubber mallet. What else should I hit it? What do you guys think that I can hit it with and it might go off? The 365 macro is crazy. Oh yeah, the macro is a pretty interesting piece, man. A lot of rounds in that small gun. It is, man. I love it. This here's the macro frame right here, which holds you know, it holds 17. These are the magazines for it. So yeah, a lot of rounds for a small little gun. And these both right here are the macro grips. That's your X slide, and this is a macro grip. So this is my own little snub nose here, something I kind of put together. And yeah, it's a lot of little rounds, and you know, something for concealed carry, something that's very small like that. You know, it holds 17 plus 1. You know, that's basically a full size package without being full size, because look at how compact it is. It's so small, so light. Sometimes you're gonna forget you even have it with you. That's how light and that's how small and compact it is. And that's the other positive about it, because you know, yeah, you can carry a full size rig with you, but you know, is it gonna be comfortable like that? Is it gonna be comfortable by you carrying it in your waist or on your side all day, sitting up and down, moving all around? Maybe for you, but not for me. That's why I chose the P365. Jay Hoven says, what holster do you use for the P365 macro short? Let me see. This is the holster that I use for it. This was your regular macro holster. It's just your regular Kydex holster. I got it on Amazon for about, I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks or something like that. And got it a couple years ago, and it's pretty comfortable, and you know, it's lasted 2 years, so I think it's pretty reliable. The 19 gets uncomfortable at times, and that's exactly why I got to transition over from a 19 back to the 365, because there's times where, you know, with work, you know, clothing may be a little bit tighter and stuff, so that's sometimes I cannot carry the 19 because of clothing. It makes it just a little bit uncomfortable, you know. But when I'm wearing jeans and just, you know, like on a Saturday or so, I can carry the 19, no problem. But when, you know, start getting to a little bit of tighter fit clothing, that's where these come into play. So yeah, to your point, Christopher, the 19, it can get uncomfortable for me at times, and that's why I have something to switch it over, you know, tighter fit clothing. Sometimes I just don't want to carry my 43X. The And that's why I got these. But yeah, man, I just oh man, I just can't get over the fact that, you know, fucking Sig, man. I can't get over the fact that he pulls out a Glock 45. Like, come on, dude. You should have pulled out like a P365 or a 226 or, you know, even a 320. But to pop out with your competitor's fucking gun, come on, man. Come on, Sig. We gotta do better than that, Sig. We got to, man. Oh man. So what does everybody else think? Type down below. What are you guys' opinion? What are you guys' feeling on the 365, man? Sig is in cope and denial mode, man. For real. Man, fucking Sig. They really are. Alright, and I really wish it wasn't like that, man. I really wish it wasn't. Because like I was saying earlier, man, I'm a Sig fan. I really am a Sig fan. But little things like that, it just really gets to me. But has anybody else seen any of this before? What do you guys think this is right here? Do you guys think I should be worried? What do you guys think? You see that? You see what's on the finish? And these are all macro magazines too. These are all from the Sig X macro. Look at that. Fucking Sig, man. Look at that. You guys ever seen any of that before? Are they Metgar mags? No, these are all Sig mags. They're all the same. These are all Sig Sauer mags. And look at made in the USA. Yep. Oh yeah. So that's another thing with these X macros is that I'm not the only one that's, you know, that's had these fucking little speckles. I'm not the only one, man. Let's try to get better so you get. Yeah, no, that's probably the best one I can get. But yeah. See, and there's people who, you know, they'll see a little bit of speckles like that and automatically they're gonna freak out and say that their magazines are rusted to shit and they're gonna immediately get rid of them. Not me though. I'm still confident in mine. You know, I know that it's just the finish, and I know that, you know, it's just, to me, it's just cosmetic to me because I know that I can drop them on the floor. I can fucking beat it with the hammer and, you know, it's not gonna crack or break. So it's definitely something that's not affecting the metal. It's affecting the finish. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that it's the finish itself. So I can go get some high grit sandpaper, like, you know, 800 or 1000 grit, and kind of buff those out a little bit. Jimmy says, I love my CZ Metgar mag. Oh yeah, everybody loves the CZ. You know, you can't, you know, there ain't nothing bad to say about CZ. In fact, I don't think anybody has anything bad to say about CZ. You know, I never heard anybody say anything bad, but right now, everybody's all getting on that goddamn Sig, man. Everybody's getting on my poor Sig. And yeah. What else you guys think about Sig, man? You guys think these are still reliable? What do you guys think? Should I throw this away? Should I fucking throw it off the fucking bridge? I don't know. What should I do with these things here? Should I fucking put it in a frame? What do you guys think? Love me some craft beer and some oat milk lattes. Oh shit, hell yeah. A beer sounds really, really good right now. But fuck, we're only fucking shit. It's only Tuesday though, so I may have to hold back until tomorrow. But yeah, fucking Jimmy. A a beer does sound fucking great right now. Oh yeah. Beer with a meal. Oh yeah, I already ate already. I ate my dinner, so I'm feeling good right now. So I think that's why I'm saying a beer would go fucking great. A beer with the meal won't get you drunk. Nah, man, I'm pretty big, so it's gonna take me. It's gonna take me a few to get drunk, man. Oh man. So what's up? Where's my Sig lovers at? Where are my Sig P365 lovers at, man? I know there's some out there. I know there has to be some out there. What up, man? Come on, you guys. I want to see some Sig love. We got anybody? Got anybody out there that's gonna show some Sig love? Who else carries their P365? Who else owns a P365? What up, man? Type down below. What do you guys feel? What do you guys feel about the P365? I like to know, man. Good or bad? What's up? Tell me, what do you guys think? P365. You guys think it's still reliable? Is it still worthy enough to carry? Shit, should I fucking throw this one off a fucking bridge or something and see if it goes off? I don't know. I'm pretty interested. What do you guys think I should do? Ralph says, no way, not good enough stopping power. Oh, man. And Ralph, why do you think it's not good enough stopping power? Is it because it's a 9 mil? What do you think? Why do you feel it's not good enough stopping power? Wyatt Burp. What up, Wyatt? How you doing, man? What's your opinion on the P365? You think it's good, man? You think it's reliable? Heck, do you think it's gonna keep your balls safe? I use butt plugs to defend myself. Glocktavius, oh shit, you use butt plugs. All right, that's pretty cool, man. Don't even get started with that boomer shit. Oh, you did 357 minimum is what I'm carrying. A lot of days I gotta go to desert. Oh, you are fucking bullshitting. There's no way, Ralph, you're carrying a Desert Eagle on you. There's no way, Ralph. If you're carrying a Desert Eagle on you every day, you have to be like fucking 6'8" and like 300 pounds. Cause that thing is heavy, man. Like, they ain't no little guys, they ain't no small dudes carrying a fucking Desert Eagle, man. Them things are heavy and fucking huge. I don't really see how you're gonna conceal carry a Desert Eagle without, fucking printing everywhere. But nah, man, 357, yeah, that's a tough fucking round right there. Holstered open carry. Where you from, Ralph? Holstered open carry. You must oh yeah. If you're holstering open carry, but nah, but in all seriousness, do you really carry a fucking Desert Eagle with you every day? Cause if you did, that's pretty fucking gangster though. I'm not even gonna lie. Damn. Nobody must want to fuck with you, man. You got a fucking Desert Eagle. But if you really are carrying with you, that's every day, that's fucking pretty dope, man. That's pretty gangster. Sonny Mitchell, what's my opinion on the Glock 43X MOS? I like it. I got one in the safe. I like it. It's pretty cool. I like it because it's small. I hate the fact that it comes on a standard 10-round mag. I think that's bullshit. I think they should have innovated and come out with like at least 13. Shadow Systems fucking came out with a 15. PSA fucking Micro Dagger has 15, so I just don't understand why Glock couldn't innovate and come out with a fucking, you know, 15. Dravius, Dre the dude. What about the X macro? Oh shit. Hey, I think it's good to carry Drevius. I got two of them, as you can see right here. I got this is actually the XL, so it's the same size as the macro. And yeah, in fact, even when I was at the time when I was buying this, I was looking for a macro, but I couldn't find one in stock, so I settled for the XL, and I got porting done, and I fucking love it, man. I got your macro magazines. I got your 17, and just one thing that you may get though. Look at these little speckles right here. Don't freak out though, because this is not rust. This is not something that's gonna affect the metal. You'll see this on the finish, and you're gonna see a lot of dudes on YouTube are gonna say, "Oh, it's rusty. Throw it away. It's gonna fucking break and fall apart. It's gonna disintegrate." No, no, no. This is just the finish. It's something with the finish, because I've already fucking this one right here. I hit it with a little bit of sandpaper. It was just as bright as that. So it's something with the finish. So if you happen to get them little speckles on your mags, don't freak out. Don't fucking listen to the YouTube reviews where they're saying it's fucking crazy rust and you must get rid of them. Do you have raised iron sights when you run an optic or no? Me personally, I don't, because the way that these are milled, and the way that I have my Glocks milled out too, so I don't have any I don't need any raised iron sights on any of the platforms I run. Fortunately for me, so I got pretty lucky on that one. Wyatt Burp says not a target gun, meant to use at arm's length. And then Eric Rojas says, first thing I did with my P365 macro was get it Cerakoted. Oh shit, yeah, this one I got it. This one's Cerakoted right here after it got ported, so it's a little blacker than your original P365. Maybe you can tell on the finish, but this one got Cerakoted black when they did the porting, so you can see the porting on it. It's a little V6 ports that we got for that. Helps with the recoil. But yeah, man, this macro is sweet, man. It really is sweet. It's really, to me, it's a very great carry, man. Sonny Mitchell says, what's my opinion on crossbows? Oh man, I've never shot a crossbow. I would love to shoot one day, but I've never shot one. I've shot a fucking bow and arrow, but not a crossbow. And what's your opinion on putting a light on your rail? Me personal, my opinion, I just don't like running them because I feel that me personally, I feel they're just a little too bulky, and I'm a minimalist. I like to just try to carry as minimal as possible, and that's why I run them just like this, just with the regular optic, and I just try to focus more on grip, because I feel that that's where you're gonna get the most accuracy at, is from your grip. Because I see people, even people who've shot in for years, they go and hold it and you can see they're not holding it right, and that could be due to a number of factors, but I like to focus on grip while I'm shooting. Carrying one now, and I love it. Perfect carry gun. I also love the P320 Salty Veterans Music Group. Hell yeah, Salty Veterans Music Group. That's right. Yeah, Sig is getting a little bit of love. Yeah, man. As you can see right here, I got two of them. I got your X and I got your XL, and I love mine. I love them that I went and fucking did a few little changes to them, to help shoot softer and shoot better. And these little changes that I made, they really made a difference. This one, is a little tiny, it was a little snappy before, due in part because it's smaller barrel. But with this Wilson combat grip, And the little weights you can put in there really helps with the balance. And, you know, it does help a little bit with the recoil. Sonny Michael says, what's your opinion on SIGs dropping and misfire issues? Do you ever have a problem with that yourself? Me, I've never had a problem with these. You know, I've dropped these, and in fact, I made a video fucking around where I put one of these primers. I got a few of these. You know, I just pop out the top. You know, I pop out the top. I leave that in there, and I'll go and bang the shit out of them with one of these weights. 15-pound weight. I'll hit it on the back, the side. I'll hit it with the fucking mallet. I'm trying to fucking make it go off, in all honesty. Like, my next goal is to find somewhere high where I can fucking drop it. Like, you know, some kind of building where I can fucking drop it just to see if it'll go off. But I honestly feel that it's gonna break before it goes off. Can you give us a tour of your Holosun site? Shit, I won't be able to move it because then I'm gonna have to pick it up and move it, and then YouTube starts acting kind of weird, and then they want to fucking kick you out. But that's let me see. I'm trying. I can't man, I really wish I could get it to light up, but I mean, this is it right here. This is just your regular Holosun 507K RMSC. It's a direct connect, no plates, no attachments needed. So that's gonna directly connect to any you know, Sig X macro, Sig X XL or X. Yeah, I really wish I can, you know, pick it up and hold it and, you know, show you how bright it is, the different settings, but the way that the rules are with YouTube, they just don't allow that. So sorry about that. The 320, Salty says that the 320 was the center of the controversy. The pistol is completely safe. Sig has doubled down on this with upgrades from the factory. Yeah, they also doubled down on a lot of shit. Like, you know, I don't know what you think, but a key in the holster? Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I think they could have came up with something a little bit better than that. A key in the holster. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not buying it. And what you think about that SIG executive popping out with the competition Glock 45 as his everyday carry? Like, man, come on, man. I honestly expected him to pop out with one of these suckers right here, but he popped out with the fucking competition. So, fucking SIG, man. They really doubled down on this one. They really did, man. I was expecting something different. Heck, I think a lot of people were expecting, you know, some sort of accountability with them, and got none. So, fucking SIGs, man. Fucking SIGs, man. But here we are, right here, you know, holding our fucking P365s, hoping and praying that these mother suckers just don't shoot our balls off. For real. But no, man, you know, in all seriousness, these are pretty safe here. And you know, that's why I wanted to, you know, that's why I'm doing this here, because I want to hear everybody else's take on, you know, I want to hear everybody else's take on this P365, like, you know, based on all the, you know, stuff that's going on with SIG. You know, do you guys feel comfortable carrying this? You know, do you guys still think this is safe? Me, in my opinion, I do. Salty Veterans, hell yeah. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the sub. Really appreciate that, man. You know, and that's why you know, that's why I'm doing this. I want to hear everybody else's opinion on this. Like, man, I know there's hope for this for this 365. I know there is. What do you guys feel? You guys still confident? Would you guys carry a P365? Type down below. Who else is still confident in the P365 platform? Let's hear it. What are you guys' opinion, man? You know, be candid, be real. You know, we ain't gonna judge you. If you don't like Sig, say, hey, I don't like Sig. Let's hear it, man. Let's hear everybody else's opinion. You know, because I mean, you know, as you can see here, you know, I am a little bit of a Sig fan. I'm not gonna admit that. I mean, I'll admit that, and you know, I'm not gonna fucking lie and, you know, just say that, you know, hey, I'm only a Glock. Look at, I got Sig stickers, fucking, I got a bunch of 6 hour stuff. So I'm definitely a fan of Sig, man. And I like to hear everybody else. What do you guys think, man? You guys think the P365 is it still safe? Look at this. This is one thing that I see. Another thing that I seen on the interwebs. So people are getting these little bit of speckles on their X macro magazines. Look at that. You see, I haven't got them on the new 21 rounder. Maybe Sig addressed that. But as you can kind of see, even on this one right here. But to me, this is really not something to worry about, in my opinion, because I feel like this is something to do with the finish itself. So I can tap that metal there, I can bang all this part here with a hammer, and it's, you know, it's structurally sound. It's not cracking, it's not breaking, it's not denting. So I really don't know. I really don't know what it is. Like, what do you guys think it is? Do you guys think it's, you know, it's just complete rust? Do you think these are just gonna like disintegrate and fall apart on me eventually? I don't think so. But hey, opinions are a little bit different online. And that's why I'm doing this here. I want to hear everybody else's opinion. What do you guys think about the P365? Heck, I know there's probably somebody today who, you know, purchased a P365. Do you guys feel a little bit of buyer's remorse with your P365? I want to hear everybody's opinion. What do you guys think? What do you guys feel on this platform here? Don't be shy. Let's talk about it. Type down below. What do you guys feel? You guys still confident? You guys still trust the P365? I know I do. And you know, I know there's other people there that also trust it. So let's hear your opinion. Type down below. What do you guys feel about the P365? Do you guys still think it's worthy enough to carry? You guys think it's still worthy enough to protect your life with? Let's get some insight. Let's hear your guys' opinion now. I want to hear. What do you guys think? Let's get some insight on you guys' info. You guys think this is still a reliable platform? What you guys think? Type down below. Let's hear it. Sig Sauer P365 for carry or not? Type down below. What's your opinion? You guys think this is good enough for concealed carry? You guys think this is reliable? What do you guys think about all the Sig Sauer controversy that's going on right now? What do you guys think about the 6-hour executive pulling out a Glock 45? Right? I wonder if he's still gonna have a job at the end of the week. Cause I think that was pretty interesting. You know, I know if my employee pulled out a fucking t-shirt from our competition, I'd be pretty fucking pissed. I'd be pretty fucking pissed, and I'd look for something to fire his ass for. That's just me. Call me crazy and all, but that just was not a good look. And I know that I'm not the only one with that opinion. 6-hour executive should have pulled out his own product. He should have pulled out one of these puppies right here. He should have pulled out a P365X or an XL, a Fuse, a Macro, heck, a 226. It just was not a good look. It was not. And all they're doing is just doubling down. Plain and simple. So let's hear what you guys think down below. What do you guys think about the P365? You guys think it's still... I still think it's reliable? Type down below. I'd like to hear everybody else's opinion on the P365. Good old 6-hour. Would you carry a P365? Let's hear it, everybody. I'd like to hear everybody else's opinion. Because as you can see, I got two of them, and these are part of my my daily, everyday carries. You know, I carry these all the time. You know, I carry them all the time, and I forget sometimes that I have them because they're so light. They're so light and so compact, and that's why I carry them. You know, like I was talking about earlier, I've done my own little test to these right here, and that's why I say that, you know, they're reliable. You know, I've dropped them, I've beat them up with a 15-pound weight, I beat them up with a rubber mallet, just to hope. And you know, when I was beating those and banging them, I was hoping with a smile on my face that these will go off. These are gonna go off because it's gonna be great to get it on video. Like, I was really hoping that I was gonna bang these to shit, bang them, boom, 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 bang them, bang them, bang them, and they were gonna go off. But they didn't, and maybe it was just that day. Maybe, but I'm gonna keep testing them, and when I say testing them, I'm gonna just keep banging them and banging them and banging them, and we're gonna see where that gets me. I really want to see. You know, I'm kind of hoping that this thing goes off on me, just so that I can get it on video. I really do, and it's gonna be a good video to film. But yeah, I'm just rambling over here. I want to hear what you guys think of the P365. You guys think is it still worthy for concealed carry? Would you guys still carry the P365 based on everything that's going on right now with 6-hour? Type down below. What do you guys think? Let's talk about it. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this. Where do you guys stand with the P365? Let's hear it, guys. How do you guys feel when it comes to the Sig P365? Let me know if you guys have seen any of these little speckles on these magazines. What do you guys think this is right here? What do you think these are right here? It's kind of brownish, maybe a little bit orangish. Let's see if we can get a better, let's see. Kind of I mean, looks a little bit like rust, but it's something that's on the finish itself. And these are all original. Sig Sauer macro magazines. And the only one that has not happened to was 21 rounder. Mr. 21 rounder is the only one that hasn't been affected by these little orange brown speckles. What do you guys think this is? You guys think this is something that I should worry about? Or should I worry more about carrying this thing right here and this thing going off on me? Since, you know, 6 hours is the joke of the party. So what do you guys think? Type down below, how do you guys feel about the P365? Let's hear it, guys. Let's give an honest opinion on our P365. You think it's still good enough to carry? Is it still reliable? In your opinion, what do you think? Type down below. Right there. Type down below. Tell me. What do you guys feel about the good old P365? Is it still reliable? Is it still something that you would carry? Let's hear it, guys. Let's run up them chats. I want to hear you guys give your opinion, whether it's good or bad. Good, bad, or ugly. Let's hear it, guys. P365. Now, I need a fun remote. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I'm not going to quit until you guys let me know what your opinion is. Good, bad, or ugly. What do you guys feel about the P365? The good old P365 by our favorite company in the world, Sig Sauer. Oh yeah. Let's hear it, guys. What do you guys think? Type down below. I want to hear it, guys. Type down below. What do you guys feel about the good old P365? Let's see. Did you guys catch that Military Arms channel interview? Did you guys check that out? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about Sig doubling down on everything? What's your guys' opinion on that? Let's talk about it, guys. You guys still think the P365 is still good enough to carry? What you guys think?
So that's kind of how the 320 started becoming developed. And that was this is actually one of the first developed models. This is the infamous pre-upgrade model. But yeah, this is kind of the lower that started it. And of course, we transitioned into the post-upgrade model, which is slightly different for that case. Yeah, so
let us know. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? You guys think this is still good enough to carry? Now look at this. The Military Arms channel. So what do you guys think, guys? Still good enough to carry, in your opinion? And if not, let us know. What's your opinion down below? Is the P365 still good enough to carry? Do you guys feel it's still reliable?
And so that's why the dingus came about, where we tap the trigger. And you want to do it like that, because if you've ever fired blocks,
what's your guys' opinion on this? Type down below. Let's talk about it. P365. Do you guys think this is gonna go off by itself? You guys think if I carry it in my holster by my junk, it's gonna go off on itself?
I like that concept. Yeah, it was pretty seemed pretty standardized. Sacrifices time that trigger to slide off. And we will.
What do you guys think?
Obviously, police officer. We have to adopt it.
Let's run them chats up. What's up? Is this something that's reliable? Heck, do you guys own any of the P365 in any platform? You know, they got your 365, they got your X, they got your XL, they got your Fuse, they got your Macro. They got different variants. And they're a pretty popular gun too. You know, before all the controversy that's going on with them, you know, they were known for being reliable, the P365. So what do you guys think? Type down below your feelings. Good, bad, or ugly. What's your guys' opinion on the P365? Let's hear it, guys. Good, bad, or ugly? You guys think this is still something that's good enough to carry? You guys think this is still something that you know, that you trust your life with? Let's talk about it, guys. Have you guys experienced any of your own issues with the P365? Does your platform run flawless? Have you ever had any feeding issues? Have you ever had any light primer strikes? If you guys have had any issues in the past with any of the P365 platforms, let's hear it. Type down below. Let's talk about this P365. Who here owns a P365? You know, these are, both of these, X and XL, they are pretty popular platforms, despite all the negativity that's going on with Sig Sauer. You know, by their own doing, I might add. So what do you guys think, man? Let's talk about it. Type down below, what do you guys feel about the P365? Is this still something that's worthy enough for you to keep carrying? Heck, this is something that you walked by the gun store and, you know, had your eye on. Type down below, what do you guys feel about this P365? Good, bad, or ugly? Let's talk about it. What do you guys think? Have you guys experienced any issues with these? You guys had seen any of these little speckle marks that are coming up on these X macro magazines? If you guys have seen any of that, let's talk about it. What do you guys think this is? What do you guys think's going on with Sig Sauer? Let's talk about it, guys. Let's discuss it. P365. You know, they do got different variants of it. You know, they started out with your P365, then they got your P365X, XL, you got your Macro, and then now they got your Fuse, which I might add are great platforms. But I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Type down below. Let's hear your guys' opinion on the P365, whether it's good, bad, or even ugly. What do you guys prefer? Let's hear it. What's your opinion on this Sig Sauer platform? You guys think it's reliable? Do any of you guys own any of the P365s? Whether it be X, XL, Macro, Fuse. Who here owns any of the Sig Sauer P365? Let's hear it, guys. Let's talk about it. What's your guys' opinion on this platform? Let's hear it, guys. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, everybody. Come on, guys. Let's hear it, guys. Let's hear it. Come on, guys. It says there's 20 of you in here. So let's hear it from at least one of you or two of you. What are your guys' opinion on the P365? Iron Sight Armory. Yo, what up, man? How you doing? How you doing, brother? It says Ron's Step on it. Says he has the P365 Legion. Oh yeah, sweet choice. What's your opinion on that, Ron? How do you like it? How, does it run well for you? Have you had any issues on it? Feeding issues, you know, light primer strikes. Let's hear it, Ron. Iron Sight Armor. Yeah, life is good. Just leaving work. Hell yeah, brother. Good shit, man. Life is great. Love it. Have you had hey Ron, have you had any any feeding issues? Any of these type of issues on your X macro magazines? You know, I'm not the only one who's getting these little dots. And some people get those dots and freak out and think that they have to just immediately just get rid of them. But he says Ron says he has nothing, no problems. Oh shit. Iron Sight Arm, they have the XL. My wife decided it's her pistol now. Oh shit. Yeah, your wife is she's a smart woman. Cause my wife also likes to rock with her XL as well. I try to convince her to rock with that one, but she says it's just a little too small for her and she likes the balance on that. So, oh yeah. C. Dawson says he has the Fuse Annex macro. Hell yeah, that's right. Yeah, now Sig, I'm getting some Sig love now. That's right. Hell yeah. Hey man, that Fuse is that Fuse is a great balance fucking gun. It really, really is. And oh whoa. Ron says he replaced his Legion for his CZ75. Oh shit. Ooh, you're gonna get a lot of them CZ fans mad. There's some of them CZ fans who are fucking CZ to the death. And it's CZ overall. So, oh shit. Ron says he replaced his 365 over the fucking CZ. Damn. The Wilson combat frame is sweet. Hell yeah. This Wilson combat frame, you know, especially the texture that's on the inside and outside is top notch. I mean, it's not aggressive. I mean, it just feels very, very well in the hands. Very well. And my opinion is the same. It is fucking sweet. Ron says I love my CZs, but the Sig is better. Oh shit, hell yeah, Ron. Oh shit, fucking Ron is gonna stir the pot, man. There's times where these I get these CZ lovers who are just fucking, they're like gang members, man. They're like, nah man, CZ this, CZ that, CZ this, CZ that. And I'm like, alright. I mean shit, I know CZ is up there, but it's like, you know, these are good too. You get the weights to put on. Yeah, I got those I got the tungsten weights in there and put them with some silicone, and man, it's those three little weights make a huge difference. Like honestly, when I got them, I'm like, what the hell is this? But once I put them in there, like it you know, it almost feels like it almost feels like there's a full-size magazine with the amount of weight that's put in here. So that really, really helps it. It really gives it a good little balance. So, oh yeah, them fucking weights in that Wilson Combat grip was a great idea by Wilson Combat. So, oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, man. The first time I put, the first thing time I put my hands on this thing, I'm like, oh shit, man. It's a fucking night and day difference from your regular OEM fucking, grip module. I have. Ron says he's had trigger work done on the CZ and the SIG is still better. Not my much, but it is. Oh shit. Damn, Ron. That is cool. Man, I love that opinion right there. I fucking love that opinion because I'm a SIG fan, man. I'm a SIG fan, despite on, you know, the shit that's going on with Sig's Hour. I'm a fan, and I'm glad I ain't the only one. So hell yeah, big ups to you, Ron. That's cool, man. Yeah, I've been. I was looking at an M Carbo trigger. I was gonna throw in on that one right there. I was seeing how it just gives you a lighter, crisper, you know, trigger, more better trigger pull. So yeah, I was looking to upgrade this trigger too. So that'll probably be my next one right there. QB says I do daily. Hell yeah, that's right, QB. Good choice, my boy. Interesting. I wish more frames had that option. 4 weights for real, man. I really wish that too. Like, you know, Glock should be coming out. Should have came out with something like that. As long as they've been around, they should have innovated a long time ago. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, other companies should have fucking got on board with that. That little formula there, because just adding that extra weight to these polymer frames, it really just makes it for a better balance. It really does. Because these things sometimes can be very, very light. And especially, you shooting something that's small with like, a lot of little kick like that, that added weight is just gonna help help balance things out. Speaking of Glock, any progress with the 43X? Hell yeah, I got my new in fact I got my new springs in today. So yeah, I got my new springs in today for the 43X. So I'm gonna pop them on, and I'm gonna have a good range trip on Saturday. I look forward to it, man. So and yeah, I actually I put the new one in already, and it feels a lot better. I honestly feel the difference. So let me see. This is the old one right here. That's the old one right here from the 43X. And as soon as I took it out, this thing, I mean, I kind of stretched it out now, but this thing was so bunched up. It almost feel like this is the problem right here. Because as soon as I put in that new spring, everything feels crisper, smoother, and harder. So yeah, we've made a little bit of progress on my 43X. So yeah, thanks for asking, Ironside. I look forward to it, man, because just to get them light primer strikes the other time, oh, it's driving me insane. Ron says, I also feel the 365 Legion shoots better than his HKP 30. What? Oh, wow, Ron. That's pretty cool. And, that's not the first time I've heard that about, Sig's Hour. I've heard that, plenty of other places where, people are saying that Sig is just more accurate than, such and such brand. It's not the first time, man. So just to hear that, from somebody else like that, it's fucking cool, man. That is really cool. Hey, is a SAR Killing Ink a good gun? Yeah, any is this is this like one of your how many other firearms do you own, Bahar? Because if you are, this is like one of your first times, I'd go with I'd go with the SAR. Or do you have any other options besides that? Dominic Bender says Sig all day. Hell yeah, baby. Sig's our game, baby. We're just right here. We're the Siggers. The Siggers. Goddamn Siggers. The Sig feels just right in my hand. The built-in comp helps. A great pistol. Fuck yeah, Ron. And see, and you know, that's exactly how I felt. You know, when I put that fucking, you know, the first time I put the XL in my hand, you know, even with the original grip module, the first time I felt it in my hand, I was like, whoa. You know, the way it felt, the balance on everything, you know, for a concealed carry, I was very impressed. You know, the first time I had my hands on this fucking XL, I was very impressed. And that's why I decided to get it. And I'm happy I got it. You know, may have just, you know, tiny bit of remorse. You know, just because of all the SIG controversy that's going on. Oh, look, here's that guy talking about the key falling in the holster. Did you guys check any of that Military Arms channel? Did you guys check out that interview? Pretty interesting interview, huh? Is the Icarus frame polymer? This, they do make a polymer frame, but this one that I have here is aluminum. So, yeah, I don't. The only polymer out of these two is this one here, which would be the Wilson Combat. But yeah, no, this one here is that's an aluminum frame. It's pretty cool. Has a nice little aggressive stippling on it. I like it. It really, you know, just melts in my hands. That's like that's the best way I can describe it. It just melts in my hands. Like this little, you know, this little palm swell, and you know, just the way that they designed it, it just melts in my hands. I love it. I really love it. And that was like my, you know, that was my sole purpose, was getting this metal Icarus frame. You know, when I went out and got this, you know, I was in between the XL and the macro, and at that time they didn't have a macro, so I, you know, happily got the XL, knowing that I was gonna later on get the metal Icarus frame. So yeah, man, I'm a big fan of that fucking metal Icarus frame. Egan the Mighty says, I wear a P365X and have no worries about it. Enjoy that thing, bro. Hell yeah. I love this thing, man. I carry this thing with me everywhere. And yeah, I've tested this thing, and this thing is pretty reliable, man. Says Ron says he has the Holosun EPS carry on his 365 Legion. A great package. Oh yeah, especially that EPS carry, man. That fucking, you know, that enclosed emitter, sweetness, very sweet. I like the way that those closed emitters look, man. They look fucking sweet. I like them. I like them. But yeah, man, that I love my SIG, man. Like, you know, like Egan the Mighty was saying, like, you know, enjoy that thing, man. You know, because I know I do. I like this thing. And shit, I'd recommend this thing all day, every day. You know, if somebody was looking for something that's small, something that's easy to carry, you know, all day I'd recommend this thing. No problem. You know, these things do come with an external safety. You know, these that you see here may not have them because I popped them off, but they do come with an external safety. So, you know, that does make a big difference. He said, Egan says, I also have the 320. I keep it to troll all the bandwagon haters. I definitely don't carry the P20 chambered though. Yeah, man. Did you check out that fucking Military Arms interview? Pretty crazy, huh? Fucking sick, man. Changing their user manuals, and then them trying to say it was a fucking key that got in the way of that officer's fucking, you know, that made the fucking gun discharge. And then this sick executive pulls out his everyday carry, which is a fucking Glock 45. It's like, come on, Sig. Come on, Sig, man. You can do better than that. And yeah, they just doubled down on that shit too, man. It's like, fuck, man. I, I was expecting something else. I really was, but it is what it is, man. Just don't use the Serpa holster. Oh man, shit. I was even gonna fuck around and do my own little test on this one right here. You know, I still am. I'm gonna fucking, I'm gonna holster it with both holsters. You know, even this other holster that I got, this little badass holster that I used for that one there, and I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if that little key theory works. You know, because there's no dongle, you know, safety on these fucking triggers. So, you know, anything that gets caught in here, it's gonna go off. Like anything that gets caught in these areas, it's gonna go off. There's nothing that's, you know, it's not made like, you know, like the Glock trigger, so it's gonna go off. So I look forward to running my own tests on these with the holsters and the key, cause I thought that was fucking hilarious. That was just, yeah. That's the best you could come up with, Sig. Come on, man. Come on, look at. Oh man, yeah, I'm watching that interview right now too. Again, you know, just to get some fucking shits and giggles out of it. Oh man. So no, you know what? P365, it's a very reliable gun. You know, I just hate the fact that, you know, Sig is going through what they're going through, man. But it you don't need an external safety. Practice, practice, practice. Yeah, no, you don't, man. You really don't. But you know, just if you're a new shooter, like, you know, I got, you know, friends that, you know, recently purchased, you know, firearms and stuff, and that's just one thing that I like to recommend just to new shooters is an external safety, because, you know, you're trying to get a feel of things, and you know, if you're a new shooter, it's just best you just keep it on safety, you know, just until you get more comfortable. You know, once you're more comfortable handling and taking that whole thing apart, yeah, you know, go get yourself, you know, go get a Glock or go get something that doesn't have an external safety, by all means. But if you're a new shooter, or if it's your first purchase, I think, I think personally, an external safety, it's vital. Just doing part that you're a new shooter. That's it. If you're somebody experienced, you don't need it. You don't, because you already know how to handle something like that. Then go with a decocker, get used to it. Yeah, yeah, you can. You can. I mean, but it just seems like more people are just comfortable with that little fucking external safety, because, you know, you can just flip it up and down, flip it up and down, and, you know, most of the time, you know, these, you know, when you're a new shooter, you have it flipped up because you're just not comfortable yet, and that's just my little recommendation for just, you know, people who are new to shooting, is just external safety. External safety, one, practice the other. That's something that I emphasize on new shooters, is just, you know, get something that has a good safety on it, and just make sure you practice, 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 because you ain't gonna be good if you don't practice. Cool Kid says a bit nervous carrying the P365 inside of the waist. Me, Yeah, I don't. I mean, there's times where I'll like joke about it, like, oh shit, I hope it doesn't shoot my balls off. But I mean, I'm pretty confident, you know, with the P365 platform. I've carried it for, I've had it for a few years, carried it for a few years. I've shot it to shit. I've dropped it. I've beat it up. Did my own little testing on it, and I'm very confident, very very confident to carry it. Inside my waistband. I can carry it by my junk, and I know it's not gonna go off. It's only gonna go off if I want it to go off, but it's not. It won't go off by itself. So yeah, no, cool kid. I'm not nervous for carrying it on my waist. Uh, yeah, these are my EDCs right here. These are my EDCs when I'm wearing a little bit of a tighter fit clothing, like for work and stuff like that, or when I wear shorts. That's why I got these two right here, and these two basically for me serve as one because they're both the same. Just maybe one's just a little bit longer than the other, and with this one here, I can wear it with basketball shorts, and with this one here's I wear it with my work clothes. Because I wear collared shirts and they have to be a little bit tighter. And just when I'm wearing regular jeans, I can carry my Glock 19 or my Glock 45. But yeah, that's why I have different carries, for different clothing that I wear because for me it's not a one size fits all. I know for some people it is, and they make it a one size fits all. But to me, I can't. It just can't be a one size fits all. Like I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", 6'6", about 230 pounds. So I can carry any full size gun, no problem. But you know, I look for stuff that's I can carry that's comfortable for me. Like when I first started carrying, I was carrying a Glock 17, and it's perfect the way it shoots, but it would always just poke me in my junk, and that's why I had to kind of put it aside and downgrade to the Glock 19. And I felt that my Glock 19 and my Glock 45 were just that perfect balance right there. It didn't ever poke my junk, and that's what I'm saying. Like I wear these because they're tailored to my outfits. I can't just carry a Glock 19 everywhere because just because of some of the clothing I may wear. So that's why I have these here for tighter fit clothing. Ron says his first pistol was the CZ97 with a decocker. I understand the gun, studied the gun, use it at the range, and I carry it chambered. I am aware of what I carry at all times. Yeah, I know, Ron, you're old school, man. A lot of us are fucking, it is. A lot of these new people, a lot of us younger generations, we have a short ass attention span. And, sometimes sometimes they just don't get out to the range. Like, I got a bunch of my buddies who own firearms, and I always tell them, whenever I go, hey, let's go. Damn, man, you go a lot to the range, and I tell them, dude, you don't go enough. It's like you ain't gonna be good if you don't practice. It's like just like Ron is saying, like you shouldn't have a gun if you don't fucking practice. Plain and simple. There's no point in having a gun, just for show. If you're gonna have something, you need to be very proficient with it. And me, I'm very proficient with these tools. I can, I can take out a fucking. I'm an amateur too, but I can take out a fucking target, you know, fucking 20 yards away, no problem. There's times I'm at the range and dudes are fucking can't even hit the target at 7 yards away. So I give myself a pat on the back for that. And that's just because of practice. Practice, practice, practice. You ain't gonna be good if you just sit around and dream about being good. You gotta get out there and practice. Get your shots in, get your reps in. Same thing for when you're working out. It's like you ain't gonna get big and bulky if you're fucking working out only, once a month, once a week. You gotta get up and put in the goddamn work, man. So yeah, now to Ron's point, man, if you ain't shooting or you ain't practicing, you shouldn't be owning a fucking gun, man. Cause you need to be very proficient with your tools, man. Very proficient. And if you ain't, then you shouldn't be owning, man. Real talk. So what do you guys any other people who just may have stepped in here? What do you guys think about the P365? The Ironside says the 320 was fucked from the original idea. Sig decided to turn the hammer fire 250 into a striker fired pistol so that they could reuse it. Yeah. Yeah, they were fucking recycling shit over, man. And it's funny how you say that because, I feel like, with the fucking with that this X Macro. So they have this new X Macro. I mean, it's not a new X Macro, but the X Macro now, they have a regular X Macro that's like this without the XL stamp, but it's a fucking X Macro. So they're recycling shit. They're recycling XL slides and fucking, just putting an X stamp on there and calling it a macro. They're calling it a macro tac ops. So, yeah, these motherfuckers like to reuse a lot of their shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I know. I'm watching, I watched that fucking, the military arms fucking channel interview where, that SIG executive was talking about that whole fucking, that whole 250. It's pretty funny, man. The Yeet Cannon says a 365 can have up and down trigger movement when you're pulling the trigger. Trigger movement, huh? What kind of that is what kind of play are you getting in your trigger? Like is your fucking slide really moving when you're pressing the trigger? I mean, I've seen a lot of that, on cheap ass polymer 80 builds, but on a 365, yeah, I've never seen that. The 365 is great because they designed the mag first, then they built a new design around the mag. Yeah, yeah, I fucking love my 365, man. I love it. The slide moves up and down on the body. Try it on yours too. I heard it is a common issue. No, man. I know what I know what you're talking about because I put together my own little fucking my own little Glock builds and shit like that. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because, that'll happen, sometime. And that's happened to me once when I put together a fucking Glock build. And I figured it out right after. Billy Bob Thornton says, have you thought about getting the macro slide for the comp barrel? Me, Billy Bob, no. I did think about something else. Let me show you right here. So this is the XL right here. And I got it ported. So you see it has a 6-hole port, and that's your regular XL too. So I got 6-hole ports on that. And so yeah, I did think about getting the macro slide, but instead of getting the macro slide for this, I went and got it ported, which I feel was a better decision. Billy Bob Thornton. Ironside Army says his freaking shadow system has up and down on the slide. It's the trigger bar hitting the slide when there is no mag or bullets in the gun. Oh shit. So it's the trigger bar hitting the slide. And you know what? I've seen, like I was saying a little while, a little earlier ago on my little Glock builds. I've seen that same shit happen, where the trigger bar is fucking just rubbing against the top, just moving that shit. So yeah, I fucking it's crazy how that shit works, man. The slide to the frame is tight on mine, very solid. Mine too, man. Like, I don't have no play, no movement in any of those. So I'm really yeah, I don't know, yeet. I can't really say that I can't really say that I agree with you on that. Craig Barney says the bottom gun is clean. Really, I like it. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate that. This here's your regular 365X with their macro Wilson combat grip. So it turns your regular 365X into a 17 round snub nose. Thanks to Wilson Combat and their little innovation. Need some polishing or sand it back to the shadow systems. Oh shit. That is crazy. Yeah, but no, I've had that before on little block builds, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and see, I've heard that little, I've heard that little rumor about the shadow systems, but I mean, if you're not getting any light primer strikes, if your thing is running, then I mean, in all honesty, who cares if it fucking slide is moving up and down, right? As long as it's accurate, or is it? I mean, if it's causing you, accuracy problems, then yeah, I'd be pissed too. So, you can have you tried putting a mag loaded with snap caps, fake bullets, and then making the slide move up and down? He'd be interested in hearing that. So let him know. Doug says the slide movement on the 365 is real. It is tolerance of the FCU hitting into the grip module. Some are worse than others. Flux Defense addressed it with the Raider 365. Shit. And nah, man, I don't doubt that. I haven't experienced that on either of these here. So, and no, I'd be straight up with you, and I'd let you know, man. Earlier, I was showing the little speckles of fucking, the rust that are on these magazines. So yeah, no, I'm pretty transparent. I've had, you know, little issues with the shell getting stuck in the fucking barrel because the barrel was all gunked up and dirty. So that's the only issue I've had with this one here, and that's just for me not cleaning it. So that is due to maintenance. But I've never ever had a problem with this one. This one has zero problems. So yeah, man, the 365, it's a reliable platform. It really is. But I've never seen it. Like, I'm gonna, once I get off of this, out of this stream, I'm gonna look up some of that. I'm gonna look up some of those videos. I'm pretty interested in seeing some of the slide movement on the 365 because I shoot these a lot, and damn, man, I'd be pissed off, especially with all the little stuff that I've done to that one right there. I'd be mad if I were to get, you know, if I would get some fucking slide movement or some kind of play in that. So I'm gonna check that out, man. Thanks, thanks for that info, everybody. But no, I can't say that that's ever happened to me or I've seen it before. That's pretty new to me. I have seen it on Glock, and on Glock builds. So yeah, I gotta check that out for sure later. Because that's something that I'm definitely got to be aware of. Because like I was saying, I'd be mad, if that were to happen to this one, with everything that I've done to it. But yeah, man, that's pretty interesting there. Who else has had has anybody else experienced any issues with their P365? So far we got slide movement on a 365, and then we got these little speckles of fucking little speckles of rust or what have you. But that's not affecting performance. It's not. So let's have a hold on, I want to hear you guys. Does anybody else experience any issues with their 365? Would you guys carry a 365? Let's chime in down below. So Mr. Massian says P365 or a Beretta 92 as the only gun to own. Damn. See, that's a Beretta 92 and a 365. There's a night and day difference. Cause a Beretta 92 is a full size gun. That thing's all fucking metal and yeah. No. Me personally, I take a 92 over a 365 as the only gun to own. That'd be my choice there. But if it were to be, something that were to be carried every single day, something that's going to be hidden, something that you want to conceal every day, then I'm going to have to go with the 365. Because, sometimes I wear a tighter fit clothing for work. Sometimes, I'm wearing jeans. Or sometimes I'm wearing shorts. And that's where these come into play. I wouldn't be able to carry a Beretta 92 with basketball shorts or, tighter fit clothing because it's going to be printing and, that's kind of going to spoil the moment for any of the dumbasses who would like to fucking get crazy. They're going to be like, oh, this guy's carrying, let's take him out first. So yeah, no, I like to carry something that nobody has no idea of. The rust on the 365 seems to be a copy of my fingerprints. Like maybe I had a weird chemical on my fingers when I grabbed the mags. Yeah, no, 92s are dope, man. They really are, but I mean, if I had to choose, something to carry on my waistband or something to carry on the outside, then, I got two different choices there. Because something that I'm going to carry on the outside, I can carry full size, something big, but something to carry inside of the waist where it's going to poke my little chile, then I need to carry something that's going to be a little smaller. And Ron says, this is why I stay with metal guns. No matter how hot metal gets, it is less likely to have parts warping. Yeah, that is true, man. 100% true, man. And but the good part about having a polymer gun is that there's times where you want something that's just light. Like I was saying earlier, like there's times where you know, wearing basketball shorts or wearing sweats. You know, with something, you know, when you're wearing something like that, you know, it's important that you wear something light. Cause I can't carry my Glock 19 when I wear basketball shorts. I would love to, but I can't because it just weighs everything down. So that's why I have a few, you know, different choices, man. The Langdon Tactical Berettas go hard as fuck. Oh yeah, I seen this Langdon Tactical Glock 43X. That thing was sweet, man. Yeah, Langdon Tactical, they can get down, man. I've seen a lot of their work. It's sweet, very very sweet. But yeah, man, you know you can't beat a metal gun. It's like, you know, metal guns just hands down are just better. Why are you carrying while playing basketball? No, no, not while I'm playing basketball. It's like when I wear basketball shorts. You know, because I wear slacks and fucking, you know, polo shirts all day, you know, and even on Sunday. So when I can, you know, for church and shit like that. So even when I get to carry, when I have a chance to wear my basketball shorts, you know, I take advantage. So yeah, no, no, no. I don't wear basketball shorts to play basketball. I'm a little I don't want to get injured. Last time I was playing with my daughter and I kind of rolled my ankle and I'm like, yeah, that's probably it for me. So yeah, no, I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend anybody, you know, carrying while they're playing basketball. It's not a good look and it's not a good idea. Imagine that carrying while playing basketball. Yeah. Fucking go up for a jump shot and it just fucking falls out. And let it be a 320. Playing basketball, fucking going up for a jump shot, falls down and bah! Oh shit. Yeah, no, no, no. Basketball shorts are so comfy, so it's nice to carry a light gun in those clothes, like sweats. Yeah, and you know, like Sativo was saying, you know, that's why it's hard, you know, for me to carry a Glock 19 in basketball shorts because, you know, the basketball shorts are just so thin and light. It just, you know, you put your Glock 19 on, it just drops everything down. And that's why I like, you know, that's why I like, you know, even with the basketball shorts, it's kind of hard to carry that one because of the weight. The weight on this weighs just as much as a fucking you know, a fully loaded Glock fucking 45. I think this one comes out to about 29 ounces, I believe, without the magazine. So this thing is it's pretty heavy. You know, I mean, pretty heavy for basketball shorts. But this here, you know, with that polymer frame and, you know, slide being a little smaller, it really cuts down on the weight. So yeah, that's why I can't carry Glock 19 with basketball shorts. I'd love to, but I just can't. And that's why I have my, you know, that's why I have different sizes right here. In that case, a bodyguard 2.0 would work. Damn, you know what? I would love to, but see, that's my other problem. Is that I got big old fucking hands. Like I can grip a basketball off the floor, like, you know, that you can just pick it up off the ground and lift it up like that. That's how big my hands are. So man, when I put my hands on that bodyguard last time, I was like, "Fuck, man, this thing is so it looks so cool and it feels cool, but it just like, you know, it stops about right here in my hands, the frame. And with these here, you know, I get a full grip with my hands. So that's my hands can be a little bit tricky when it comes to firearms. And that's why I had to get rid of you know, that's why I got rid of that 12 round this 12 round frame that it originally came with. So it came like that before, and I got rid of this because I knew that, you know, there was different size grip modules for the X. But I would like to have a bodyguard. It's just my hands are just, they're just a little too big, so unfortunately I can't. Ron says he has big hands too, not mitts like yours though. Yeah, I know, man. That was my little issue is that I like a lot of the small like concealed carry guns, but my hands are just a little bit too big, so I'm a little limited. Mr. Massion says he lives in Ukraine where handguns are almost completely prohibited for civilians. And the handgun ownership costs $8,000 in bribes. Wow. That's a lot of money for a fucking bribe, man. I have paid this amount and now I chose the only handgun I will have the rest of my life. Was at the gun shop recently holding a large 92 Beretta. The dealer showed me an AXG Legion. Don't know what to choose if the only one for the rest of my life with current laws. Oh shit. And you're in Ukraine, right? Shit. I don't think you need to really worry about something that's gonna be concealed carry. So I'd rock with the 92, Mr. Mason. Get that 92, man. For real. Cause Berettas are fucking top notch. When they're out like butter. They are like butter. So yeah, man. You know, if that was me, and if I was over there in Ukraine, I want something more along the full size range, because keep in mind your 365. You know, even that AXG Legion, it's the same barrel length as this one right here. You know, and your Beretta 92, you're getting a full size barrel length on that, so you're gonna be more accurate, and you know it's gonna give you less recoil. So I mean, me personally, if I had to choose between a 92 and an AXG Legion and that's all I had to choose from, I'm going with the 92. Is it all silver too, or is it a nickel? That'd be fucking dope. That would be dope. I did have a 40 Beretta once. I think it was probably like the 90, may have been like the 96 or so. That was a while ago. I remember fucking my grandpa gave me that, but I'd go with the Beretta for sure. If I had those two to choose from, I'd go with Beretta for sure. Hands down. Even though I'm a Sig fan, yeah, that's what I'd go with. That is crazy. David Parker says, how many guns do I own? Me, I only own about 9 or 10 right now. I say 9 or 10 because the other AR I have is not fully it's not fully put together, so I can't really consider that number 10 yet. So I got about 9 and a half, 10. I got about uh, five handguns and 4 ARs that I built, different size. Got a 16, got a 10, got a 7, and I got a 5-inch AR. And yeah, they're pretty they're sweet, man. I Yeah, they're sweet. I put them all together myself and ran a bunch of rounds through them, and yeah, they fucking work, man. They're sweet. I like them. How big do you see your collection before you're done buying? Oh man, I don't uh, I don't want to have too big of a collection. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be selective on what I get, cause yeah, I don't wanna fuck, you know. I mean, I would want. I mean, it'd be nice to have, maybe one of everything, but I'm gonna be a little selective. Like, I love revolvers, but fuck, I don't want to own too many of them. Like, you know, revolvers are good and all, but yeah, I just don't like the fact of being limited to fucking 5 or 6 shots. Like, I don't know. Yeah, all you need is one, but I just don't like, you know, yeah, I just don't like being limited. So, me, I'm just gonna be a little selective. So, on mine, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna have a really too big of a collection. I'm gonna have a cool collection, I would say. Yo, what up, Theo? How's it going, man? Yeah, like Sativa was saying, you're never done buying. Like, you're always gonna want to get something. But I'm just gonna be a little selective. Yeah, Smith and Wesson revolvers are fucking. They are the truth. They're badass. But yeah, like I was saying before, like I just like to shoot a lot, and I just don't like being limited to 5, 6, 7 rounds even. Yeah, I just especially when you shoot fast, like you shoot fast 5, 6, 7 rounds, and it's gone in a fucking second. So hell yeah, I'm hitting a point where I rather stockpile ammo. Hell yeah, Theo guns. That's probably a better idea, than fucking just stocking up on guns. Me personally, I'd rather stock up on ammo too. Just have maybe just a small little selection of things that you need, and just get all the fucking best ammo for it. That's it. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, Theo Guns got some dope ass shit, man. And then Ron Stephanie, he got a revolver 610 with a 6-inch barrel. God damn. You gonna fucking blow a fucking mean ass hole through somebody with that shit. God damn. Fucking Ron. Ron ain't playing around, man. Yeah, man, no. Fucking ammo, man. Ammo. Wherever we can get it from, stock up. Cause there ain't no point in having a bunch of guns if you ain't got nothing to shoot it with. So no, that's a real good idea. What Theo Guns is doing, fucking stockpiling ammo. Hell yeah, man. David Parker says I got 13, and at a point where I only shoot about 4 of them, battling on what's necessary. I'm in a suburb living guy, and I don't shoot often. A lot of them are just sitting. Way too much money. Yeah, and that's kind of how, that's kind of how I feel. You know, I'd rather put fucking my money into, getting another property, so we can rent that shit, have another rental property, because shit, in all honesty, if you got fucking, if you got 15, if you got 15 grand or fucking 25 grand, shit, I'd rather just, that's a down payment to get a house. And, the way this shit is going right now, you can go fucking buy a house and that shit'll rent out, as soon as you buy it. So, so yeah, that's why I'm a little, that's why I'm gonna be a little selective, and I don't want to get really, you know, too crazy on guns. I just want to have a little selection of the nice shit, and maybe just one or two revolvers. Just wish they fucking spit out more though. Definitely an expensive hobby. It is, man. That shit really is, man. The other day when I went to the range, I spent $300 on ammo. That includes ammo and that includes the range fees. $300 for fucking 2 hours of fun. I'm thinking to myself, damn, I could have went and got a fucking hooker and for half the price and twice the fun. It's fucking it can be an expensive habit, but it's cool as shit though. Really is. So it's definitely worth it. But yeah, it can be pricey, man. It really can, especially now because ammo is like twice as expensive as it used to be. I remember going to Walmart and buying fucking 9 mil ammo for like $6.99, $7.99 a box, all day, every day. Now that shit is double the price. That shit is fucking for brass case ammo. You can find if you're lucky, you can find it for like $9.99, but the average price is like $10 and up for fucking brass. And it was never like that before. So it's doubled in price. So yeah, it is fucking, it is expensive, man. So yeah, it can be an expensive hobby, but it's it's also like having a therapist. Cause that shit is a stress reliever. You can have a fucking badass day. You can have, the worst day ever. And you go to the range and pop off a few rounds and all of a sudden all them problems you had are fucking there in the past. So yeah, it's therapy. So it's worth every fucking penny. So yeah, I don't mind it at all, man. Since I've been getting 124 grain brass for 200, 1,000 rounds. Yeah, that's what I could get that shit for Academy for. But still, man, that shit is it's like fuck, man. I remember buying that shit for like a fucking $85 before, $100 before for 1,000 rounds. Now that shit, 1,000 rounds is fucking $200, north of $200 all day. So, you know, I'm kind of a little old school. That's why, like, me knowing the prices and knowing what they used to be before and knowing what they are now, it's like fuck, man. But fuck it, still gotta do what we do. So, yeah, guns will at least hold value or even go up in value. So spend all the money on guns. For real, Sativo, you ain't even lying. Because every single one that I've gotten in the past and I decided to get rid of to upgrade, they all hold their value or even more. I've never taken a loss on any of them. So yeah, you're fucking totally right, man. They really do hold their value unless you're getting a fucking Heck, nah, I take that back. 'Cause I was gonna say, unless you're getting a high point, but even the high points hold their value. You can buy a high point at the store for like $100, and they still sell hot on the street for fucking, $100 or more. So, oh yeah, they do hold their fucking value, man. Last September, I bought $4,800 in the Yaml. Walked out 400 pounds every year. Damn. Oh man, that Kia Soul must have been fucking low riding, man. Crazy. Oh man. That is crazy. Bulk or reload. Man, I wish I can do reload, but I don't trust myself yet, man. I feel like I'm gonna put a little too much powder and get a fucking hot ass load, so yeah, I don't trust myself just yet. I'll get there though. I'll get there. I'll have my own little setup where I just fucking reload and do my own shit. I bought a Mauser 15 years ago for $500. Now it's going for 3K to 5K on Gun Broker. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't lying, fucking Sativo. Cause shit, back in we're in 2015 right now. So before when my daughter was born in 2008, when she was born, I remember fucking AKs, Russian AKs, and we're going for fucking below $1,000. They were going, you can get them for fucking $700, $600 even on private sales. It is crazy the value. Yeah, they are fucking yeah, guns really do hold their value, so that's the good part about them. And it seems like now, they've held their value just a little bit better. And I don't know, it just seems like they're just getting a little bit more popular. Like, I know people who I never thought would shoot. They shoot and they're into guns now, So it's fucking dope, man. Fucking dope. FNX 45 TAC is a badass gun. Hell yeah. Shit, anything FN makes is fucking badass. That fucking 509 that they have, and that 509 was it the tactical? Fucking sweet, man. That is fucking pure sweetness. So yeah, anything FN makes is fucking dope. All right, guys. So that's gonna do for me tonight. Gotta wrap it up and get ready for the grind tomorrow morning. I appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Much appreciated. Much love to everybody who's been tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you boys on the next one. Appreciate everybody. God bless everybody and peace.